Okay. Can I do an intro like a normal person? I don't think I can. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel and happy new year. And today we're going to be talking about my 2024 hopefuls for the new year. Duh. So it is now officially 2024 and that means a new year of books, a new year of reading, a new year for reading goals, another year to basically just be disappointed in my reading. I don't know, but my main goals for 2024, my main things that I'm just kind of on myself about this year is I want to stick to my physical TBR. I want to make sure I knock off the books that have been sitting on my shelves and just collecting dust, and I was so excited to buy them and I was so excited to have them on my shelves, and I have not read them and it's criminal. These have been on my shelf longer than others. This isn't even my full physical TBR, like that's the thing. But these are books that I am mainly these books take a main priority in 2024 and I want to make sure they get done. I want to make sure they get off my list, and I just want to run through them with you guys and just show you guys what are my 2024 hopefuls. The gag is most of these are from series I already started because I'm a person that starts a series and then moves on to the next one, but it's fine. But the first one I want to talk about is super important because the new book is coming out at the end of this month. It's super exciting, and I feel like as soon as I pull it up, everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, you need to read this book because everyone's been hyped about this book. House of Sky and Breath, so Crescent City 2. Isn't she beautiful? I have the special edition. Well, no, I have the exclusive edition. She's gorgeous. I need to read this book and I need to read it expeditiously. But the thing is, the reason why I haven't gotten to this book yet is because I still have not finished A House of Earth and Blood. I just didn't put it here because I'm almost done. I'm literally less than 100 pages done with this book. And let me tell you, my emotions, crazy. The whiplash I just went through. If you have read this book, you know. The whiplash I just went through. Just like, you know, I am not okay. I'm not okay, but I just know that when I finish, I'm gonna wanna jump right into this book, and I'm just so excited for A House of Flame and Shadow. I'm so excited. What am I saying? I have Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Renegades trilogy by her. I actually recently read Renegades in December, and I thoroughly enjoyed the book. It was really entertaining. Definitely took me by surprise. It was like YA, dystopian, sci-fi, fantasy. Basically, it's about superheroes and supervillains, but make it YA. And it was really fun. I think it's a really easy read, first beginner into sci-fi. And if you're not really familiar with the genre, or you're really skeptical about starting it, I think this series is a great start. I really liked the characters. I really got into the romance. I'm excited to continue. And this series, I'm so excited to continue in 2024 because I haven't been with these people. I haven't been with my family. And so if you're new here, hey, hello, I'm Danielle, and I am obsessed with the Addicted Cowboy Sister series by Kristen Ritchie. It is my favorite series. It is my holy grail for books. It is what made me quite literally fall in love with books and character-driven books, and just, when I think of my favorite characters, I think of the people from these books. I have Misfits Like Us, and I have Unlucky Like Us. I can't really talk about these books because it kind of really spoils a lot of the series. But basically, the Like Us series is a continuation and second gen for the Addicted Cowboy Sister series, and it follows all the couples kids. I love the Like Us series. None of the books have disappointed me so far. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I basically give it most of them 5 stars. Works for me. I love Kristen Ritchie's writing. They can do no wrong. I love them. So I'm so excited to read this and see Luna's story. I'm so excited to continue. I just took a break from Addicted Cowboy this year because I was just I read so many of their books, and I felt like if I kept reading them and then there was no books, there would be nothing to look forward to, and then I'd be sad. So yeah, and the third book in their little love thing is going to be coming out this year as well. So I figured hey, let me just like get back in with my family this year. So yeah, I miss them. I miss my babies. So excited that I will be back. And these covers, beautiful. I love the cartoon covers. They're so pretty. I have The Way I Am Now by Amber Smith. This book is the sequel to The Way I Used to Be. And it's a very emotional, heart aching like story. It's so beautiful, but so sad and so triggering. So definitely look up your trigger warnings for the first book. It is YA, but it deals with a lot of sensitive topics. I feel like a lot of people need to read it. I feel like it helps a lot of people, and it's just so beautiful. It made me sob so many times. I was sobbing all throughout the book. And I probably will be sobbing reading this book. And I think that's why I haven't picked this book up yet. I really have steered away from sad books. I just kind of find that they're just not good for my psyche. I don't know. I like happy books. What can I say? I love a book with a happy ending. And sad books is just kind of like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I read to be entertained, not to be crumbling and sobbing on pieces of paper. I just think that's kind of ridiculous. But this story is just so beautiful, and I'm so happy we get to see this character continue to grow, because even though she was starting to grow at the end of the first book, she still had so much more to go. So I'm so excited to see that, and hopefully she gets her happy ending. God, I'm terrified, but I'm so excited. These next two I'm super excited for because I read the first book and I gave it 5 stars, and I love this author. I buy everything she puts out and I read everything she puts out, and I love it. But anyways, so those books are Her Soul for Revenge and A Soul of the Witch. What? Soul of the Witch? Soul of the Witch? Her Soul of the Witch? I don't know what I'm saying. But these books are both by Harley LaRue, and they are basically dark romances, but like paranormal, more like, yeah, they're like paranormal romances because they deal with like demons and stuff. And they're super good. I think it's called the Souls Trilogy. Yeah, the Souls Trilogy. And the first book was Her Soul to Take, and I really love that book. I gave it 5 stars. And it basically was just about this girl, this like email girl, and she summoned a demon, and it was their romance. Even though you probably could go into this book without reading the first book, I think it makes more sense, and it's better to like read them in order. So yeah, I'm so excited to get to these. I don't know when I will, but I know I will soon. I feel it in my bones because I really loved Her Soul to Take, and I love Harley LaRue. I love all her books, so I just feel like I will not be disappointed, and I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy these. Since we're just on the talk of dark romance, let's just continue. So I have The Sinner by Chantal Tessier, and I have The Sacrifice by Chantal Tessier. So if you can't tell by the books, I have read The Ritual this year, and I really liked it. Ryan Archer, that's my man. Yeah, I read Sabotage by her, and I read Carnage by her. And you're probably like, you read Carnage, you're not reading these two? I know, but it's fine. I like her books. They're chaotic, and they're definitely way over the top and extremely insane and out of pocket. And I don't agree with half the stuff that goes on in it, but they sure are entertaining. And one thing about me, I love an entertaining dark romance that has me questioning my like morality. So I'm so excited to get to these books. It's definitely going to be like when I'm feeling slumpy and I just know I want to read basically pure smut. Yep, I'm going to pick up these books. Look at these covers. Dangerous. 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 Like, these books are thick too. Like, pure smut in these things. Pure dangerous smut. Speaking of smut, I have some JLA books. So I have A Shadow in the Ember, which is the first book in the Flesh and Fire series. And then I have The War of Two Queens, which is the 4th book in the Blood and Ash series, but it'll be like 5th book chronologically. So I already read up to Chronic of the Bones this past year, so I need to read A Shadow in the Ember next. And then The War of Two Queens. I've been putting off this series for too long. What am I doing? What am I doing? I thought I was gonna finish this series by now. I wanted to be in the right headspace before I read this book because I know people love this book, and I think I will like this book too. But after Chronic of the Bones, I feel like I needed a break from this series. I needed a break from these thick books, especially that one. Like, that one really didn't have anything going on. but I like the characters, so I was like, let me push through, and I have the other books, so I'm like, let me just push through. But these books are so huge, and the font is like minuscule. Want to finish this series in 2024, because if I don't finish it in 2024, it's never gonna get read. It's just never gonna get read. Next is a series I'm super disappointed in myself that I haven't read it yet. It's disgusting. I only have the first book with me right now because I didn't feel like carrying all of them, but whatever. So we have Clockwork Angel, and I'm referencing all three of the books. So basically the Infernal Devices, which is a trilogy. And I don't know what happened. Like 2022, I started the Shadowhunters universe, right? I read the first three books in the Mortal Instrument series. Like, I thought I was gonna read the entire Shadowhunters Chronicles last year. That did not happen at all. I was enjoying myself. I thoroughly enjoyed the first three books in Mortal Instruments. I don't know why I stopped. I think I was just so intimidated by this trilogy, and I don't know why, because most people find that these books are like the best books that Cassandra Clare has ever written in her life. So it's like, that should make me want to read them. But I don't know, it's just, I'm so intimidated. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, I'm just scared. Like, what if I don't like it? And then I'm just gonna be like, I have to finish like how many other books in this series? Like, this world is so massive and it's so daunting. But like, the books are so fun. So it's like, I feel like I should just read it and stop being a wimp. But I don't know. I will read it. Trust me, I will read it. Mark my words, I will read it this year. But I feel like it's just gonna take me some convincing. But I will read it. But it's a book that's been like raved about this past year. Everyone's been talking about it. I don't know why I haven't read it yet, because I loved the first book by this author. But the book is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So The Dead Romantics was, I loved that book. I really loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely adored it, and it took me by surprise. And this is the second book by this author, and everyone has been raving about this book. I've seen nothing but like great reviews. Like, Dead Romantics kind of got like mixed reviews. People either loved it or hated it. I've only seen great reviews for this book, so I probably am gonna give it like 6 stars. But I haven't read it yet. Don't know why. Don't know what's taking me so long. But honestly, I'm probably just gonna wait till next fall to read it, because this book is just such fall vibes, I feel like, and it's not fall anymore. So we'll see by next fall. But I definitely want to read this year, because I do love the author, and I think I will love it. So I have some Lucy Score books that have been on my shelf for a minute, so I want to get to them this year. Pretend You're Mine by Lucy Score. This is a fake dating, small town romance. You know, Lucy Score is small town, that's her thing. And then I have Forever Never, which is like a book that I waited for the winter time to read. Another small town, and I think this one is like Grumpy Sunshine. I don't know, but it's small town. It's super wintry vibes. So I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a perfect book for the winter. And it's probably gonna be an easy read. Probably not quick, because it's kind of thick, but most of Lucy Score's books are thick, but they're still pretty quick because they're Lucy Score and they're like rom-coms. So I'm excited either way. So it's The Words by Ashley Jade. This is a book that has been like around Book Talk and BookTube for so long, like years. And it's a book that I've seen people give 5 stars. I've seen people call it their favorite standalone of all time. Like, people just call it their favorite romance. And it has so many like great tropes, like rock star romance. I think it was like bully kind of at one point, or enemies to lovers or something. I think it's second chance. Like, there's so many things thrown in there, like popular boy, like shy, nerdy girl. I don't really know, but there's a lot of tropes in here, and I think it's a lot of story. I think it starts from like them in high school, and then goes to like him being like a rock star, and her like helping him out. I don't really know like the storyline, because I like to go into books as blind as possible, but I feel like I know a good amount of this book. Not like what goes on in it, but I just know how strongly people feel about the book. And it's super thick. She's thick. Pause. This book intimidates me because it is so long, but I think that will make me love it, because it's like, I kind of love when there are standalone romances that are pretty long, because then I feel like there's a lot of story. And I think this book does like then and now. I don't know. But a second chance. I'm giving like a second chance in 2024. Call me crazy. I don't know. It's not my favorite trope, but I'm being more like open-minded with like the books I pick up this year. So hopefully I really like this book. I don't know if I'm too sold on the cover yet, but it is a very raved about book, and maybe this will make me an Ashley Jade fan because I don't know, people love this book. People really, really love this book. So hopefully I will too. And this also gives me winter vibes. Maybe I'll read it around my birthday. I don't know. This is a random book. I saw it on Kindle one day and I like kept seeing people talk about it on BookTube, and next thing you know, I'm buying it. So I have Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Iru? I don't know. But this is a romantasy, so it's a fantasy romance, and it's an adult fantasy romance, I'm pretty sure. So that's exciting. I've seen it on BookTube and people just saying, giving it 5 stars, saying it was like such a good fantasy romance, like great tension, great banter, like the characters were great, and the actual like plot was really good too, because sometimes like with fantasy romances it would like be hit or miss. Like I won't care that much about the romance, but I'll be interested and intrigued in the plot, or like I'll like the romance would be good or the plot would be super lacking. So I like a balance, and this one it seemed like it's pretty balanced, and this one has like a cool element because it deals with like celestial beings. And ever since like reading Zodiac Academy, I've just been super into that stuff. So I'm super excited to get into this book. It interests me a lot. It really interests me. The last thing, and this is a series, and this is a very popular series. When I show you the series, you're gonna be like, you haven't read this series yet. But technically I read the first book like at the beginning of my like book talk, like book girly journey, like in 2020. But you know, that was like in 2020, and I never finished the series, and I never really desired to finish the series. But then I saw these new covers and I was like, dang, I gotta have those on my shelf. So that is the Off-Campus series by Miss L. Kennedy. These are the spines, them all standing together. This is honestly low-key the reason I got them. I love the spines, they're so pretty. So this is the deal. This is Hannah and Graham's book. Obviously, everybody knows. This is The Mistake. This is Grace and John Logan, I think. Grace and John Logan's book. I feel like this one is like the shortest. This one is a little itty bitty. Then we have The Score. I think this one is a fan favorite. Dean and Allie's book. And then we have The Goal, which is Sabrina and Tucker's book, which is low-key, this one is the one I'm most excited for because I know it's surprise pregnancy, and I know people hate that trope, but I secretly love it. And then we have The Legacy. This one is really pretty. But honestly, if I'm gonna tell you the real reason why I purchased this series and I decided to read it in 2024. I'm gonna tell you the real, honest truth of it all. It's because when The Graham Effect came out, I kept seeing everybody rave about it, and they were like, oh my God, Elle Kinney did her thing with The Graham Effect. Like, everyone has been talking about how great The Graham Effect is. And I was just like, ugh, I kind of want to read it now because, you know, I kind of am a sucker for like a cute little sports romance. Like, I don't really need to think about it. It's just cute and fun. They are just fun, you know? And I was like, bro, if I read The Graham Effect, I'm going to want to read all of the books in the Off-Campus series so that each like character's appearance is going to like actually have an impact. Like, I can't read a second gen series without reading the first original series. It just defeats the purpose in my eyes. So I have a lot of hockey romance in my future, a lot of cheesy hockey romance. I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to probably be absolute garbage. But you know what? If it is entertaining garbage, I don't care. If it is cute garbage, I don't care. But anyways, those were all the books I have on my like hopefuls list for 2024. I obviously want to read way more books than this because this is only how many books? Let me count for a second. But it's 25 books. These are like the 25 books that are on my 2024 hopefuls that I'm like really like, I need to read these. These are like on my very priority TBR. I obviously have other books. I have other books on my shelves that I need to read or that I want to read, and I have other books I'm probably gonna want to read that aren't out yet. They're like on Kindle or whatever. I definitely have a lot of other books that are coming out this year that I'm super excited to read. So the list is definitely going to be longer than these, but these are just the ones that right now they're like on my immediate TBR and I know when to get done as soon as possible as the year has started. So yeah, I'm super excited to read these books. I'm super excited to start 2024 in this reading year, and I'm just excited to read more books. And I don't know, trying to read as much books as possible and trying to have as many 5-stars, have as many 5-star reads as possible. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, come back for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.